Campers, it's me, Ari Lehman, the first Jason Voorhees. From Friday the 13th, I'm here with AJ, and he's got the juiciest slice ready for you. It's dripping with blood. Jason never dies.
What makes a horror film kill memorable, terrific, even in some way profound or poignant? Let's explore. Thanks for checking this out. If anything about it trips your fancy, please like, subscribe, and share.
Yes, yes.
Without further ado, in the desert on the outskirts of Perfection, Nevada, a couple nearing the winter of their lives, Jim and Megan Wallace, have put in a grueling day working on their homestead.
I'm dead. Let's put this stuff up in the morning.
The thing is, they're tired but blissful. These two have put in the effort, grit, and sweat. And this is their dream coming true. A finish line they're crossing. The pot of gold at the end of a rainbow they've followed for a long time. They're truly the kind of salt-of-the-earth folks who have calloused hands, and the kind of wear on their bones that would tell a forensic anthropologist they worked hard their entire lives. For them, the labor is never done.
We have to go to Bixby in the morning. Cinder blocks are in.
Oh, the cinder block. Oh my God.
But it's worth the toil and sacrifice. All the countless hours it takes to build a home.
Just keep looking at that beautiful sky. That's the sky that's going to be over our roof every night when we're done.
Cool Cat Jim has a good sense of humor about it.
What if we don't finish the roof? Then we can look at the sky all the time.
But in the next instant, a pitfall of off-grid living, a generator problem arises.
Oh, that damn thing. Oh.
Jim hops to and goes to investigate.
Maybe it's time we buy a new generator, huh?
Only to come upon a mystery.
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
Out in the desert, where there are old mines aplenty, sinkholes have a tendency to crop up.
You sure this is where it was?
It was right here. There's the cord. Yeah, maybe the ground caved in. There's a lot of mines and stuff around here.
See? But that's not the issue. And what happens next only intensifies the mystery.
Don't want to fall in.
Clearly seeing escape as the best option reveals Megan is the reasonable one of the two.
God, what is that stink? You hear that?
Come on, let's just go. Let's go back to town.
That kind of kickback might make a religious person prone to superstition suspect the devil himself had sampled the generator and spit it out. But Jim has no truck with such hogwash, and suspects a more scientific explanation.
Maybe it's a geological thing or something like natural gas or a geyser. They stink like that.
Curiosity gets the cool cat when Jim suddenly sinks into the ground.
Remember in Yellowstone?
Megan gives her all to win this tug-of-war. But the odds are against her, and what she encounters next sends her scrambling to their station wagon. I'm not sure that locking the doors will help a lot. There's that instant when a feeling of safety has been restored.
Shuffle with me, Houston. It's a cowboy loving night.
Only for the trap door to fall out, or in this case, for the ground to give way.
One last time, Dallas.
and devour the car with Megan inside like a chicken and egg swallowed by a snake. There's no way to fight as the windows give way and the desert sands and gravel pour in. As Megan follows Jim into oblivion, first one headlight is buried under the sands, followed shortly by the other. As if representing Jim and Megan's extinguishings. Anti-controlling wife rhetoric be damned. Jim should have listened to Megan and trusted her instincts. Had they hightailed it immediately like baby bunnies that scatter at the first hint of a snake's approach, they might have gotten away before their station wagon was sucked into the ground.
Oh, Lord.
Some exits are extraordinary because besides being contained within a harrowing sequence full of suspense and scares, they strike a universal chord that reverberates with most, especially those who believe in love and companionship, in achieving life's goals so the golden years can be savored, and who feel even if life isn't automatically fair, because it isn't, you can carve out a slice of fairness for yourself by living a good life, doing the right things, working and socking away money, and remaining on point and staying true. Jim and Megan were representative of the ideal of achieving their facet of what is often called the American dream, but is really more of a universal dream shared by the majority of humanity, of having a home and hearth, and someone with whom to share it. A winning roll of the proverbial dice, embodying the pioneer spirit that built the U.S. and society in general. They lived their lives on their terms, and found their slice of heaven, of nirvana, of paradise, whatever you want to call it, even if it came at the cost of a lot of sore muscles and joints. The desert, especially in a film like this, represents a frontier, a barren landscape made hospitable by perseverance and determination, so the very fact they're out there cultivating a life says so much about them. They are characterized so well it takes very little time in their presence to get an idea of who they are. Loyal, humorous, kind, knowledgeable, devoted, hardworking, lovers of nature and the outdoors, and why their lives are valuable, all they have built for their future.
You're exhausting.
This is a good lesson for horror writers, because this demonstrates how little it takes to make an audience sympathize and empathize with characters, which in turn heightens the suspense, thrills, and terror. This is a harrowing, embracing scene that perfectly expands on the growing mystery, while being exquisitely scary, playing on a whole gamut of fears, from the modern, the energy source being destroyed, to the primordial, being eaten alive by an unknown monster that sprung out of the night. There's a lot of resonance and exits that tap so readily into so many forms of terror, especially when the setup is so simple and relatable. The victims the kind of people who could be your uncle and aunt, your grandparents, or even your own parents. Another aspect that makes this pair of exits hit harder is the total mystery of what befell them, how the attack came out of nowhere. They had zero reason to think they could wind up besieged by subterranean leviathans returning from the depths.
Yep, that stands up to scrutiny.
This is like the worst kind of random demise, as bad as being the victim of a drunk driver or being shot in the head in their sleep by a home invader. The sort of events that prove all the more the injustice of it all. There's no misappropriated hubris in the hows or whys of the circumstances. This isn't karmic backlash, justice meted, or in any other way at all deserved. It's just something that happened to a couple of decent folks.
You're talking in circles.
Despite the loss and horror, there's a certain poetic beauty in that they go in such close proximity, their fates entwined.
Happiness always ends. Best case scenario, think about this. Best case is that you die at the same time. Yikes.
I know the Fearhole was making a derisive point, that an ending so banal isn't very evocative of a great life or love story, but all things considered, they were spared living without each other. Even if completely undeserved, had Megan been able to escape to safety, she likely would have been beset by survivor's guilt for failing Jim. Of course, Jim and Megan didn't enjoy a gentle shared passing a la The Notebook. But if it had to happen, it was maybe a mercy that the creatures got them together.
Well, we can certainly say you're not afraid to be reductive.
This video was made with a purpose. Unless unforeseen problems intercede, this video will go up on February 9th, which happens to be my mom's 64th birthday. She's a big fan of Tremors, so I thought I would wish her a happy birthday by covering an aspect of the film. I hope you enjoyed it, Mom. Happy birthday. I've about reached the end of the rope, so I won't leave you dangling. Thanks for hearing out my ramblings. Please share any refutations, opinions, accusations, japes, or other ideas in the comments below. And please check out whatever I'm up to next time. Bye now.
Bye, creepy man! Keep it creepy!
He's a weird guy.